Greetings and salutations, my gods and goddesses. I hope everyone is deciding to make it another wonderful day and at least make the day 1% better than yesterday. Be mindful of your thoughts, align your actions to be an expression of self love and love for your fellow human. I hope some of you are at least starting to question your programming. The message in this video is about the power of an inquisitive mind, critical thinking, and true discernment with regard to the written and spoken word. Please understand that everything is energy. We are energy, and everything we take into our energetic sphere affects us greatly. This is very true for the food we eat, the people we interact with, the material we read, the thoughts we think, and the words we say to ourselves or out loud. This is the very reason all human beings need to be extremely mindful of what we take into our energy and manifest as reality with the power of our mind. Once the humans of this era truly fully grasp that it is you versus you, then you should be able to use your intuition and discernment to sift through everything meant to stunt the growth of your heart, mind, soul, and energy. I am what I am. Human beings are easily manipulated into believing anything as long as it is perceived to be the truth, even if it is in fact a web of lies meant to stunt your evolution. If you have trouble with listening to your internal monologue, which is your intuition, discernment, higher or lower selves, and conscience guiding you through life, then you need to learn to go within. Depending on the frequency of your energetic vibration, your internal monologue might be between God, the universe, your higher selves, or the devil and your ego. If the path presented to you is one of love or evolution, then that is God, your angels, trying to guide you towards a path that will allow you to grow emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. If the voice in your head is trying to convince you of the opposite and wants you to go down a path of stagnation, self destruction, and any low vibrational energetic frequency, then that is your ego or the devil trying to keep you on the easy, comfortable path. Some people do not have an internal monologue, which, to my astonishment, is about 50% of the human beings in this current era. Most people allow outside influences to dictate their realities simply because that is what everyone else is doing. It is a primal survival instinct at work, paired with the constant programming of the systems of control. It happens quite often wherein we listen to the outside noise instead of learning to listen to ourselves. It is not a mental illness to have an internal monologue. Human beings often demonize things they do not understand and will strike fear into your hearts and mind if you do not conform. The systems of control have invested centuries cultivating their lies into truths for you to believe without questioning why you need to believe it, just because it is how it has always been for centuries. They want you to remain as robots that believe what they want you to and offer up your energies when they tell you to. They want you to do this throughout your current life and all succeeding lives thereafter. If you do not have conversations with yourself in your mind that are meant to guide you towards growth and evolution, then I advise you to connect with the world around you. Modern society frowns upon any contemplation or inner reflection because, in their eyes, you should not question what everyone else wants or values as the societal norm. My question is, do you want to be just like everyone else, or do you truly want to learn how to be open minded enough to learn about everything that is not force fed into you since your birth into this world? You can develop empathy for other human beings by learning to truly appreciate and connect with other souls and not manipulate them for the benefit of your own ego. You can also connect to the world by going into nature and by feeling, appreciating the energy of the natural world and even listening to nature. A human being will not be able to develop any empathy towards others if they do not have a conscience. Sadly, a lot of human beings operate primarily out of their ego and do not feel the need to develop genuine empathy. They know the value of being perceived as a being with empathy and will become masters of disguise by emulating said emotions almost to perfection. These are dangerous human beings to be around and a very good reason to be mindful of who and what you give your energy to. Please watch my video about narcissistic abuse to avoid being used as a human battery by energy vampires. Human beings need to first develop their own true sovereign discernment and empathy, not to be confused with the programmed discernment and conditioning from our upbringing, brainwashing, and programming from the various systems of control that dominate our world. If you are satisfied with being a product of the manipulation of mainstream society, then you will always follow the crowd because it is a survival instinct and deemed acceptable or safe. People get stuck in their programming and become defensive with the mere thought of drastic change. Most will refuse to evolve out of fear, guilt, or whatever low vibrational frequency associated with going against the grain brings out in you. Close mindedness leads to stagnation, which leaves you open to continued reinforcement of current programming and the eternal self induced spells we become content to cast upon ourselves because it is what we perceive to be the only truth. I long for the day when human beings will be able to cast aside the shackles of the past and look towards the future with fresh, new eyes. Thank you so much. I love you all, my gods and goddesses. Know and believe that you all hold the power of the Almighty Spirit inside you. Please share and subscribe.